Hey everybody, it is Saturday and guess what? It is 4 p.m. It is super late. I'm super late today with recording this video. I had to do other things and I attempted to record this video earlier today, but I was just such in a rush because I actually had to edit and record like a different video, not for the channel but for my work. And still not done though, but then I saw like, oh, it's 4 p.m. I actually want to record a game pickup video and yeah, do have some games that I do want to talk about. And listen, these are not games that I just picked up this week. Two of them are from like this week and the week prior, and the most of them are maybe picked up like in the last 4 months or so, 4 or 5. But I don't show Nintendo DS games with the game pickup videos because I'm not able to record like video. I like capturing my own footage. And yeah, so it kind of works out today because I don't have time to capture any footage. So let's just go over and talk about the games that I've picked up. For some of them, there's a kind of like a reason why I picked them up. And yeah, I don't really collect for the Nintendo DS. I don't. There's no list. Normally I make a list of, hey, these are the games that I kind of want to pick up. And for the Nintendo DS, it's just more like, hey, when I see a good deal and either it's more like an exclusive game for the Nintendo DS or a first party game or something that is published by Nintendo, then I definitely am interested in it. I try to focus more on 2D games instead of like 3D games, and I have a small Nintendo DS collection from the past when I had like a DS. But yeah, I'm kind of discovering like the Nintendo DS, and that's also why I'm recording this video and sharing what I've picked up, because maybe you do have some suggestions of games that I should pick up for the Nintendo DS if they are affordable, because I'm definitely looking more for the deals. There are a couple expensive ones in here though, but still, in some cases I had a good deal. Anyway, let's talk about the games that I've picked up, because there are quite a few here in this stack. The first one is Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. I really wanted to pick this one up because, yeah, this is only playable on the Nintendo DS or the PSP. I do have a PSP, but that one is definitely not working because the battery is like bulging. Hey, if you do have a PSP and you have not checked it in like a year or so, be sure to check it out because those batteries are not that great. And if you have not recharged it, it is gonna bulge, man, a lot. Like, yeah. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. I already said like I focus more on like 2D games, but this one looks pretty damn good for a DS game. It looks really awesome. I like the physics of the cars, like how they move around, and just the visual style. They did a fantastic job with Chinatown Wars on the DS. So yeah, I really wanted to check it out. It is often a little bit more like an expensive title, around like 25 or 30 euros. And I think I was able to pick this one up around like 15 or 18. So yeah, it is also in a good condition. So yeah, it's not a game that I've ever played. So that is why I wanted to pick it up, and kind of curious. And I don't expect that this is ever going to come out like in a collection or as a remaster. Would be cool though, but you know, if it were to happen, it would have already happened, right? And I know people like Chinatown Wars, but it's not like a everyday discussion. The next one, I'm gonna skip that one because I want to start with this one, Advance Wars Dark Conflict. I actually had this game in my collection, but I sold it because reasons. And yeah, saw it again. I think I purchased this one from a seller that some of the games come from that seller. There's always someone that sells it. It's not like I find them, but some of them are all from the same collection, from the same person. But yeah, this one is in a pretty good state. I like Advance Wars. It's one of those games that is always a little bit There's some sort of like barrier for me to play them, but once I boot them up, I'm kind of like in it. But I'm not sure what the deal is with Advance Wars. Maybe it's more like I kind of want to, when I play it, do my best and just have like the best result from the first playthrough. Uh, but I really need to change that mindset and just take my time, and if you feel like, do it over again. But there's always a little bit of a barrier. But once I start playing one of these games, I really enjoy them. And Dark Conflict, it's a little bit different than the other Advance Wars because it's a little bit more like grim, a little bit darker in tone. But that is what I like about this one, because it tries to do something else. And yeah, it is definitely different than the Advance Wars Dual Strike. I don't think I ever owned this one, so I never played it. And yeah, this is definitely more like the GBA games, those two. Not sure what they are called again. I do own them, not a complete in box, but just a card. But yeah, Dual Strike, never played it, so kind of curious to check this one out. And I think this is the better one on the DS. And yeah, so those are the two Advance War games on the DS, if I'm correct. There's no other one. So that's kind of cool to have both of them. This game came from that one seller that I mentioned from that collection, and everything from that collection is like in a very good state. It's Hotel Dusk Room 215. Yeah, I remember seeing this one at the Nintendo press conference, like at around like E3 back then. Always kind of like the art style and what they were trying to do. But yeah, never played it and never purchased it back then because I'm not really that much into kind of like the visual novels and games like these, but I'm kind of curious like how it plays and what you need to do. And this one is also not that expensive, around like 20 maybe. There's another one called Lost or Last Window, something like that. But yeah, that one is around like 40 or 50 even. But yeah, got this one for a nice deal. I want to say around like 15 or 20 including shipping, I guess. And it is in good state. And yeah, I think this is like a Nintendo published title. So that's why I wanted to pick it up. But also really because I wanted to, play it, of course. And yeah, this one. I never noticed that it's kind of dirty though. I'm not sure if that is on the box or the cover. Anyway, it is Pokemon Link, also known as Tropai, something like that. But yeah, Pokemon Link. Never played it. It's more like a puzzle game. I have a feeling this is somewhat similar to Zookeeper, the game that everybody knows. I really like Zookeeper on the Nintendo DS. Just a simple puzzle game. Like you need to combine similar icons on the playfield. Kind of like Bejeweled. Like Bejeweled. But yeah, Pokemon Link. Also in a very good condition, but this is not from that one seller. This is a local pickup here from CEX. They had it in stock and I had a voucher, so decided to pick this one up. There's another game that I picked up there as well at the same time, but I will talk about that later. But yeah, Pokemon Link, never played it, but I from what I could gather is that this is like quite a enjoyable game, but there's no but. It is an enjoyable game. It's just a puzzle game. Oh yeah, the but is nothing about the game itself, but for the Nintendo DS and 3DS, I'm not. Yeah, am I collecting like Pokemon games? Yeah, for the DS, that is gonna be fun if you do that though. Like with Black 2 and White 2. But I kind of enjoy focusing on the non-mainline Pokemon games. So I do have some of the mystery titles. I think I'm only missing like the Darkness one. I should pick that up one soon. I do have like Pokemon Ranger, the first one, and then there's the other two's Shadow of Alma or something. I kind of like those non-mainline Pokemon games because they just do something differently with the gameplay. And Yeah, you never really hear anyone talk about that. So that is why I kind of focus on them, because I kind of want to try them out and see what they try to do with the Pokemon franchise. And yeah, Pokemon Link, from what I could gather, again, this one seems very decent. And, you know, it's a Pikachu. I like Pikachu. I like Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow is the best Pokemon game. There, I said it. This one is from from that one seller, and yeah, I'm listen. I'm not a big Sonic fan, and from my understanding, from the Sonic Rush games, there's another one like a Sonic Adventure on the DS. They seem to be like good Sonic games, so I kind of wanted to check it out and purchase this from that one seller because, yeah, it was a decent deal, and I was already at the time purchasing something else, so the shipping cost was already paid for to some extent. So got this one rather cheap. I want to say around like €8 or so in the end, excluding the shipping cost and the price for the other game. But yeah, for 8, it's in a good condition. Listen, I might forget it to show it for the other games, but they are all like in a good condition. But yeah, Sonic Rush. Just wanted to check it out. And yeah, from the same seller though, this one was free. They gave a free game, and that's always nice. And this one, I remember seeing this one when it was like launched or like at a press conference back then. Um, I do wonder though, was this around the time that not Pokemon, the Pac-Man Championship DX came out on the Xbox 360, where they kind of like sped up like Pac-Man and changed up the gameplay? Because around the time they were trying to do that with different franchises as well, and I think this one came out like you do have like the first one and the second one, where it became extreme. So yeah, kind of curious what they do with Space Invaders. But I remember seeing the gameplay footage back then and go like, oh yeah, that seems like a very cool game to play. But yeah, never bothered to check it out. But yeah, I got it for free, so that was a very nice bonus. That seller, I ordered a couple games from them, and sometimes they gave like a free game, and yeah, that was very nice. I really appreciated that, especially for this one, because I think it's around like 10 or 15 or so. But I also purchased quite a few games from them, so it was a nice bonus. This one I also purchased from them. I think I purchased this one and then Sonic together. But just Star Fox Command, I have no idea what Star Fox Command is about. I do think it is not like a regular Star Fox game. I'm gonna assume, like in my mind, I saw some gameplay footage, but that was just flying around. But I want to say, and I might be completely wrong with this one, is that you don't fly around, or you lay down like the pad, like how every plane, what's the plane called in Star Fox? How they fly around, like you command them, hence the title. But that's all assumptions based on the title and maybe some screenshots that I saw. And also, I don't hear anyone talk about this one. I don't think this is like the best Star Fox game. That's also another assumption. I really don't know. I don't know. So yeah, kind of curious. Wanted to check it out, and in the end, it is a Nintendo game, so kind of want to have it, and yeah, I wanted to add it to that DS collection, or if at some point I do decide like, hey, maybe I already have like enough games, like let's go for that complete Nintendo published or first party type of sub collection. This is definitely not a game that belongs on that sub collection. It is Dead and Furious. This one was a rather cheap. I got it from CEX. I think it was around like 5 or 6, and I had a voucher, so decided to pick this one up because hey, it's a horror game with zombies, But I was thinking this was more like a first person shooter game, and yeah, it is, but at the same time it ain't, because it's kind of like on rails. You do select at some occasions, like either if you're gonna go to the left or the right, in a hallway. Um, but there's no freedom of movement. You can look around and pick up items and such, but you do move along a rails, and which is fascinating though, and I do understand why they went for that. Also, when I saw this, at first I was thinking, "Oh, is this that other horror game that uh, got kind of like positive like reviews, or is kind of like, yeah, that is a must get for like horror fans?" But I mistook it for like the Dimension, but the Dimension something like that. There are two games, and those are more expensive. But anyway, from what I've played, it seemed kind of fun, and it was a couple euros, so it's all fine. This one, yeah, definitely picked up this one a while ago. It's Lunar Night. Never heard about this game, but when I saw it, was able to get it from CX with a voucher, and decided to pick it up because of a couple of reasons. It's Konami. Um, there's a small Kojima logo on here. Hideo Kojima had some involvement in this game, but not to like a big extent. But from what I could gather, this is somewhat of a Boktai game. It might be a sequel. I'm not too sure though. But I really wanted to check this one out because I like the art style, like the pixel art, and Kojima and Konami, and it having like some connection with Boktai made me wanted to check it out. Never played a Boktai game, sadly. Never owned it. It's also quite expensive. I think at least like the NTC version, from my understanding, is quite expensive. Think I paid around like 35 for this one with a voucher, and so it all worked out. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I decided to pick this one up because I wanted to get some sense of like what it is, or how a book type of game plays. So yeah, Lunar Nights. I'm not sure if this one is like super good. I think it's like around like a 7-ish or so, from uh, based on like comments on the internet. That's a good way to review something, based on comments. Another one that I picked up. I don't think I've showed this one though. It's Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. A while ago, I did show that I picked up Order of Ecclesia. Sadly, I had to return that one because it was water damaged. It just did not look okay. Still don't have it in my collection, but I do have like the first one now, Dawn of Sorrow, and A Portrait of Ruin. Hey, it's Castlevania, and I want to get like all the Castlevania games on the Nintendo DS. I do have all the Castlevania games on the Game Boy Advanced cart, though not with box, sadly. But yeah, for the Advanced, that will do just the cart. But yeah, I really like Castlevania games, and from what I could gather, this one is also pretty decent. And yeah, Order of Ecclesia, I'm still missing that one. This one, it is complete in box with manual, and it is in a good condition. Now I know that there's a collection out there, so you are able to play all these games on the Switch and the PlayStation 5 and on the PC. I don't own that collection. I did order a version though for the Switch at limited run, but I think that one is released around March next year or so. So I'm waiting for that one. But yeah, with that said though, like I like playing these games on the original hardware. Yes, even with collections, and I think because of the collection, like the price was a little bit lower. Did I purchase this one? I think I purchased this one on Vinted for a very reasonable price, and maybe around like 70 or so. So yeah, I was happy to pick this one up, and yeah, still on the lookout for Order of Ecclesia. But I know that the collection is there. Do want to play the collection at some point, but I also like owning it on the original hardware. And with Castlevania, I might want to go for like a complete in box collection at some point. At some point, not now though. But I really like Castlevania, and I really like Castlevania. I like playing those games. They're cool. 3 games left from like 10, 11 games or so. There's a ton of like DS games. Not collecting for the DS. This one picked up together with the Pokemon Link Tropai. This one was available at my local CEX, and I yeah, was really happy that I was able to pick this one up over there. It's Wario, Master in Disguise. Really like this one. You don't see it on the cam, maybe to some extent when you do see the reflection, but there's this foil shininess going on, like in the gold color here, and it looks very cool. Small sidetrack though, you can kind of see it when the DS game has that foil stuff, because the spine is just a little bit darker than the usual games. And yeah, you do see that. There's another game here, the final game that I want to show, that has like the similar like grayness going on over here. But yeah, Wario Master of Disguise. I like platformer games. I like the pixel art. I like most of the pixel art games. It's a Nintendo title, so I really wanted to play it. Never played it, but at the time when I was picking this one up, this was actually not why I went to the CEX, because I ordered Peach, Princess Peach, the Princess Peach game for the Nintendo DS. Really want to play that one because I love that art style in that game. But yeah, sadly that was water damage, and I did not know that before I ordered it, because you can't see it. So kind of canceled the order, but I saw they had this one, so I had to pick up this one. And yeah, still on the lookout for Peach though. Peach is available right now at CEX, but I have a feeling it is in a different location, not over here, but I have a feeling it is that copy that was actually over here. That's always tricky with CEX. I wish there was somehow a way to know if what is being sold is an item that has been recently been returned, because I do have a voucher, kind of want to purchase it and just check it out, but I'm afraid that it is actually that water damage copy. And yeah, why did I return this back to that one stack? It should be on this stack here. This one also picked up recently at the CEX with another voucher. Listen, that's how I like to pick up my games at the CEX, with vouchers. It is Metroid Prime Pinball. I like Metroid, and kind of had to pick this one up, and it was in a very good condition. A while ago, they had like a Metroid Prime Pinball over there, but sadly, that cover was wrinkled as well, with like some water damage. And yeah, it just stood out a lot. But when I was there, I suddenly saw that they had like 2 copies of them, and this one looks pretty good. And yeah, I really wanted to pick up Metroid Prime Pinball, because when I saw this a day before, I saw it mentioned in a video like that this is actually like a very fun game to play. And yeah, from what I've played, it is a very fun game. And I like Metroid a ton. Similar to Castlevania. Kind of want to go for a complete Metroid collection. And me having this one now in the collection, what is actually missing? What is actually missing? What is missing? I'm missing the first one, Samus Returns on the Game Boy. I do have the card and the manual. Have owned those have owned like the manual and the card since the Game Boy days. So they have been in my possession for a long time. Like more than 30 years or so, probably. So yeah, I'm kind of looking for the box itself, That's gonna be tricky. Also, not really like searching for the box though. But if I'm able to find a box that is complete, then I do have like the both of them complete in box for the Game Boy Advance, like Zero, Mission, and Fusion. Fantastic Metroid games. Have the two Metroid games on the GameCube. Have both Metroid games on the Wii, like the Trilogy Collection and Other M. And of course, like the Switch on the Switch, there's a Metroid on the Switch. There's no Metroid on the Wii U. What? Am I missing anything else on the then 3DS? Yeah, I got all of them on the 3DS. Yeah, so I'm actually missing. Wait, am I just missing one? No, I'm missing another one. That's a NES Classic. Classic. I do count that one as well for that sub collection. There's the NES game, the NES Classic on the Game Boy Advanced, and I'm gonna say that one is also kind of expensive, similar to like the Zelda 1 and 2 on the NES Classic type of deals, like the black boxes with the kind of like the red spine type of things deal. Anyway, Metroid. I like Metroid a ton as well, similar to Castlevania. This one, the final game that I got is a game that I picked up this week from that one seller that gave me like the Space Invaders and some other games that I purchased from them. And I think I got a very good deal with this one. It is Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. And this one is also very cool. Like, it's a shame that it doesn't show that well on the camera, but this one is also kind of like a foil. There's some shininess going on, similar to like the back. And yeah, this one is also in a very good condition, complete. Even the VIP code is in there, unscratched. And I got this one for 55, and I think that's a very good deal because I think it ranges between like 100 and 150. It's not something that I would normally pick up, but based on that price, I was thinking pick it up. Kind of want to experience it. It belongs in that Nintendo published or first party type of sub collection, and yeah, this is the only Fire Emblem game on the Nintendo DS? I think it is. I got most of them on the 3DS. Got the one on the GameCube, and is there one or two on the Game Boy Advance? I don't own those. So yeah, Fire Emblem. Similar to Advance Wars, I really enjoy it when I have the time and when I'm actually playing it. But if I'm not playing, let's say you were to say to me like, oh, or if I was thinking, what shall I play? And if I had a choice between like Fire Emblem and Metroid, I would really want to play Fire Emblem. But there's this barrier that stops me from actually starting booting it up, just because of the thought like, oh, I'm gonna sink like a lot of time in this one, and I need to have like a ton of patience right now, and if I'm gonna play this, like it's gonna take like an hour or two or so. It's a weird thing. Maybe you recognize that problem as well, but I know that once I started up and I'm in it, that I will definitely really enjoy this one. And yeah, good condition. I liked it. I like this. It's a shame that you don't really see that, but it looks very cool. Like that foil on the box. That is something that we. Is that something that you do see these days on like the cover art? I don't think so. They should bring that back. It's cool. Not for every game though, but for some games. Yeah, it looks very cool. So yeah, man. Those are some DS games that I've picked up. Again, not just this week. Not just this week. I'm not that crazy. These are all picked up in like again like the last five or even like 6 months. Time flies, man. I don't know. But yeah, really happy with most of them. And Sonic, it is Sonic. I just grew up with Nintendo, man. Listen, there's no nostalgic feelings for Sonic. I did enjoy Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast though. The first stage. No, that's a good game. I need to check out. I keep eyeing that Sonic game on the Switch. I want to say it's Sonic Origins. It's not that collection, but just that new one, and it has like good pixel art. I keep thinking like, maybe I want to get that one and actually play it and attempt for a real to play like a Sonic game. But I never understand Sonic, man. You gotta go fast, but if you bump into something, you're gonna go so slow, and to me it's like doing that over and over again. I go fast and then bump into something because it goes too fast. It's too fast for me. Maybe it's like an age related thing. I don't know. Anyway, nothing against Sonic. It's just not after my jam. But I wanted to check this one out, and it was rather cheap. So yeah, if you do have some suggestions for Nintendo DS games, do let me know. It could be like first party or anything else. I do have like a couple of games, also like here, but those are like most of the Pokemon Mystery and Professional Layton games. I got like Zookeeper, Henry Hedward, maybe a Mario game. And that's probably it. I don't have like a huge DS collection. Well, it has grown though in the last couple of months. But yeah, if you do have a suggestion, do let me know. I think that's gonna do it. Already like half an hour. But what do you want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's way more than I actually was thinking. 14. Did I say 14? Yeah, maybe. A lot. It's a lot. That's gonna do it for this game pickup video. It's late, so I'm gonna upload it now and then make it available for you to watch. Hope you enjoy it. Like, I know there's no gameplay footage, and again, it's not like a real game pickup video. I did want to share this one though. Listen, it is a little bit busy, and I really had to edit a different video for my work. And hey, that's how it is. It's a weekend. With that said, though, it's a weekend, so enjoy your weekend, and at least enjoy your day today. Have a nice day. Thanks for all the likes and the subscribes in the last couple of weeks. Highly appreciate it. I think we're almost nearing the 360 subscribers. I think we're missing one. And, 360. That's a good number. Maybe do a 360 special once we hit that 360. Maybe I already hit it. I'm not... I don't know. I will check after this. Listen, can't make any promises. Maybe next week there's a normal game picker video with actual game footage, the way we like to see it, but not today though. It's all about the Nintendo DS. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes and the subscribes. And again, have a nice day and see y'all later. I need to do some groceries, man. It's dark. I started the recording and it was light outside, but now it's dark. Magic. See y'all later. Bye.